that I want to get to as well, that I was really still just trying to. I was getting these texts and these links and everything during, like I said, I'm a groomsman.
I know
on
where
my
you're going with this too. I
wedding.
know exactly where you're going. Yeah.
And, I'm trying to wrap my head around it, but obviously, I've had a few adult beverages and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Oh, now Alex Palou is not going to McLaren. I mean, what is happening?
I have no idea what is happening. Alex Palou, friend of the show, friend of mine. I've talked to Alex a lot this year. We train with the same trainer now. I I have no idea what's going on. I really don't. I don't know. I mean, contracts in this era, maybe they're not as like legit as we think they are. I don't know. Maybe there's always a way out. I don't know that. I mean, I've experienced several different contractual situations where you're like, huh, all right. But the quotes from like Zach Brown, who's pretty high up in the motor racing world, the quotes from the management group that dropped Alex Palou or like that don't work with him anymore. I just hope it's a documentary someday. I mean, I hope Alex Palou makes it to the top level of Formula One or something, or becomes Spain's president or whatever it is. And there's a wild documentary about how this all went down, because I just want to know. Like my immediate thought was Alex has to have signed a Formula One contract with someone. Like Alex either had to get bought out entirely by Red Bull. He had to be fully like, all right, we're going to be, because I know Alex, Alex for sure. I think he wants to go to F1. I think that's I mean, that's all of our goals.
Hasn't made that secret.
But like that has to be the case, right? Because if not, then it's like, oh boy, that I don't know. Or, I mean, to be fair, Chip Ganassi Racing is an awesome organization, right? Like, I would never want to leave them in my life. I would literally
after this year.
I would do anything to drive.
Unless it's Red Bull, unless it's Red Bull in Formula One, or maybe Ferrari, I don't know. But one of those top ones. How in the hell can you justify leaving the 10 ride at Chip Ganassi right now after this year that he had?
I would do unforgivable things to drive for Chip Ganassi Racing. I would. I mean, that is the most coveted opportunity, I think, right now in IndyCar racing. It's a fantastic situation. So, maybe I just am excited. I think it gives us a great thing to pay attention to. It gives the media a great thing to pay attention to. It's going to be probably a bumpy road for Alex at times, but boy, he's going to clinch the championship probably next weekend, and he won't have to worry about anything for the entire 6-month off season. So, he won't have to worry about driving anything. He's going to be worried about probably sorting out where he's driving next year. But I'm just very curious because obviously McLaren are building this huge powerhouse in IndyCar and Formula One. I mean, McLaren is massive. IndyCar, Formula E, Formula One, Extreme E, McLaren is doing big things. They've got Kyle Larson next year for an extra car for the 500. And look, Zach Brown doesn't seem like the guy that you want to mess with. I don't know. Zach Brown has always been good to me. Zach Brown has been cool to me. He let me drive for his team one race, Portland, when he was getting involved. But he doesn't seem like a guy you want to mess with. And yeah, exactly. Neither is Chip, right? Chip's got those gangster vibes to him. We're like, hey, I'm not going to mess with Chip. He's got that Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh, hey, don't mess with us type attitude. Which I respect.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, if we flash forward to December of 2023.
Oh, man.
And somebody said, yeah, Palou's still at Ganassi number 10, or Palou is with Ferrari in Formula One, or Palou is manning an astronaut NASA trip to go to Mars. I would be like, yeah, okay. Just because I have
Sweet.
no clue what is going on with, like, I mean, this guy just absolutely zigs when we think he's zagging, and I just can't keep up. I mean, the management team's gone. It's absolutely fascinating that he's been able to drive and have these results, because all this stuff's been going on behind the scenes, right?
Oh yeah,
All
yeah.
this work, all these conversations, and the seemingly torn inner self of him, of, what do I want to leave? Do I want to stay? Do I want to go to McLaren? I just can't figure this guy out. I mean, it's almost like he's a robot. Like, it's fascinating. Fascinating.
And I love Alex. I mean, Alex has been the complete dominant force in the IndyCar series. The guy is a insane talent. And he's a great dude as well. Him and his wife,
Nothing
great
against
people.
Alex.
Yeah.
Love the guy.
I mean, it's more the situation. It's not his decisions. It's like the situation is like something I don't think I've seen in my lifetime of motor racing. I mean, there's been some wild deals that have been done, and certainly there are deals that the public has never heard of that have been close to happening but never happened, and things that you're like, man. I mean, shoot, when I was 18, there was a USF1 team that was going to happen, and I was signed to be one of the drivers, and I was like, that never happened. Like there was never going to be anything. Like, that was all complete false. But like, there's been some wild stuff in motorsport that you're just like, oh my goodness gracious. And
Sure.
this is one of those things where you're just like, hey, I'm going to make some s'mores by the fire, because I can't wait to see what's going on here at the finish. I have no idea.
100%. And like you said, he's about to close the championship, his second. He's probably going to go out there at Gateway, put up a phenomenal finish, and it's like, it doesn't even matter. But I just the on track guy and the off track circus, to be quite honest, is just so interesting, and how the balance works there. I still can't figure it out. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised whatever is coming down the pipeline here in the next few weeks, next few months, that we're going to see from Alex Palou. I really want it.
And what it is great for the sport. That's sadly, Alex might have to go through some tough times, but either way, it's great for people that like our sport, great for entertainment value. And I hope for his sake, it all goes okay. He all ends up being all right. I mean, it's a wild scene.